Once job seeker customers have gotten organized, the next step in the job search process is to get recognized. The most common way for our job seekers to be recognized is through the application process. During this lesson, we will focus on helping job seeker customers get recognized by developing applications that are complete, correct, and conscientious. We will also discuss how to help our job seekers develop resumes that employers will respond to. It is important to note that we will be discussing general concepts. Each local workforce development board, or LWDB, assists customers using innovative tools and unique activities designed to move job seeker customers towards employment based on state and local expertise. For example, we will review several types of resumes with a focus on a resume type preferred in research, conducted by the Society for Human Resource Management. Your LWDB may prefer to use a different resume format than the one described in this module. Please make sure that you learn about the classes, workshops, online study tools, and resources your LWDB uses to assist job seekers with finding employment. If you find that local tools are different from anything seen in the Job Search Skills module, follow your local operating procedures. Filling out an application is an important part of the job search process. Most employers require job seekers to fill out an application at some point during the hiring process to collect information not found on the resume. For example, many applications request information about felony convictions. Job applications serve a lot of purposes, but most importantly, job applications help employers screen out candidates quickly. Once again, imagine you are the hiring manager at a large hospital. You post a position for a clerk in the newspaper and in the Employ Florida system. At the end of the first week, you receive 100 applications, but you want to interview only 7 people. How do you narrow down 100 applications to less than 10 possible candidates? Easy. You use the information found in the applications to narrow down the possibilities. We do not want our job seeker customers to be disregarded because their applications are not competitive. We must help our job seeker customers get noticed as potential job candidates. Our customers must ensure their applications are complete, correct, and conscientious. This C requires applications to be filled out correctly. Job seeker customers should not submit applications that have grammatical errors. Look at this example. Can you find the grammatical errors? Employers will see this and assume that the job seeker cannot communicate using written forms. Grammatical errors on applications, cover letters, and resumes are the quickest ways to be removed from consideration for a job. In a survey conducted by the Society of Human Resource Management, 99% of human resource professional polled stated they have found grammatical errors on either the job seeker's resume or a cover letter, and 87% stated they have thrown out an application due to such errors. Job seekers must follow employer directions. This example, the job seeker candidate was asked to record his job history in reverse chronological order. The employer wanted to review the candidate's most recent job information first. However, this customer entered his job history out of order. The first job entry on the application was from January 2010 to February 2011. The next job entry was from 2011 to 2012. This employer will simply think that the candidate cannot fill out the job form correctly or does not pay attention to critical details. If the employer has 100 applications to look at, this application will simply be thrown out. During the application review process, employers look to see if job candidates can fill out simple forms to specifications. Many job seekers are guilty of not filling out job applications completely. Applications should have every block filled in. If an element on the specific application does not pertain to the customer, the job seeker customer should enter N/A. This stands for not applicable. Look at this example. Will the employer guess the information or call the customer about the blanks? Or will the employer simply throw out the application? In this job market, employers are getting dozens, if not hundreds, of applications to review. If applications are incomplete, employers will simply remove applications from consideration. Job seekers are most likely to leave addresses, phone numbers, employment dates, and salaries blank because they simply do not remember the details associated with past jobs. Job seekers should carry an example application in their document organizers. The example job application should include all pertinent information and it should be used whenever the job seeker goes to fill out applications with employers. The example application should document critical information such as the job seeker's employment history. This must include each employer's name, address, phone number, and other critical data such as dates of employment. The example application should also include the job seeker's education history, including what schools the job seeker attended, the dates the job seeker was in school, and the address of the schools. The example application should also include a list of professional skills that will help the job seeker respond to any specific information requests. Deborah Auerbach of CareerBuilder.com states that many applicants use a one-size-fits-all job application, which is a major mistake. While we encourage customers to use an example application, applications and resumes actually submitted must be tailored to what employers are looking for. Details entered on applications must be based on what employers want. You may be asking yourself, well, what does this mean? In previous examples, we stated that you are the hiring manager for a large hospital and you are looking for a unit clerk who will enter orders in the computer for doctors, help patients families, and ensure supplies are stocked. The job advertisement includes these major duties, so you expect those responding to the advertisement to pay attention to these details. However, on Annie's job application, you see that her last job only lists the duties, took orders from customers, and gave them their food. In this example, Annie did not pay attention to the advertisement and focus on the transferable and job-specific skills that relate to employers' posting. Job seeker customers must review job postings and respond to what employers are looking for. If the employer's job posting is limited, the job seeker can review the occupational profile in the Employ Florida system. This will provide more details for the job seeker customer. Job seekers must also be conscientious when filling out job applications. What does this mean? This means that job seekers should fill out the job applications using correct information and according to their best judgments. The term conscientious actually means to do something according to what is right. Therefore, it is never appropriate to lie on an application. While information may be worded to demonstrate a positive perspective, it is never appropriate for job seekers to be dishonest. When job seekers are dishonest, they lose more than the opportunity to fill a position. In fact, many employers will remove dishonest job seekers from the list of potential candidates for future job openings. So what if the application element asks if the customer has ever been convicted of a felony and the job seeker must answer yes? It is better to be honest on the application and respond to the issue directly than to be dishonest. In this example, we see that the applicant has answered honestly and has asked for an opportunity to explain the situation. Additionally, the job seeker provided a cover letter addressing the issue. In the cover letter, the job seeker asked the employer to offer him the opportunity to be bonded using the federal bonding program. Prepare your customer in advance by having him fill out a job application and explain any tough situations in a professional manner. Review the language with the customer to ensure it is honest and professional. Next, have your customer write the information down on his example application, which he can take with him to future job sites. What if the job seeker wants to impress the employer, but he or she cannot think of job duties that will highlight his or her skills? Can we simply make up job duties? No, this is not conscientious or right. Your job as a workforce staff member is to work with the customer and ask probing questions that will help the job seeker outline his or her skills. Then you can take this information and highlight transferable or job-specific skills in a positive manner. There are instances when we have to restate information in a positive manner. For example, what do we enter if the customer was terminated from the job or essentially quit? We do not want to enter fired or quit under reason for leaving. First, we have to talk to the customer to find out what occurred. There are situations where it is not the customer's fault, and we may be able to enter the information appropriately. In this example, the customer's job was downsized due to the economy, and the application was updated to reflect this. What if the customer has a gap in employment? Once again, we need to review the information with the customer. Let's take Annie, our job seeker, as an example. Annie has a valid reason for having a gap in her work employment. She had to care for a sick family member, an issue that many employers can relate to. More than likely, Annie gained a host of transferable skills during this period, but the employer will not see this unless it is provided in the application or cover letter. So what should Annie do? she can address the gap in employment right in the work history section of the job application. In this example, Annie treated this time period as a job. Annie states that she was caring for her sick mother as a primary caretaker and lists her skills. She also stated that she is trying to become a nurse as a result of this experience. Here are some additional tips for job seekers who are either starting the job search process or not having any luck during the job search process. First, job seekers should practice filling out job applications, and workforce program staff should review those applications and provide ideas on how to improve the documents. Next, job seekers should maintain an example application that documents all critical information. Job seekers should have a detailed list of work experience and skills in the form of a cheat sheet, and this should be kept in the document organizer. This information can be used to fill out applications with employers. Finally, job seekers should ensure all completed applications meet the C's. Most employers require a resume in addition to an application. In fact, most employers require job seekers to submit information by fax or by internet. Job search systems such as Employ Florida System and People First afford employers the ability to secure information about job seekers directly through the system via submitted resumes. Additionally, job seekers should look for employment on the internet. Most internet-based advertisements require the submission of an electronic resume. A successful job search requires a strong and competitive resume. Richard H. Beatty, the author of The Ultimate Job Search, states that to compete in this job market, the job seeker's resume has to stand out like a snowflake in a snowstorm. We are going to focus on three of the most common types of resumes. There is the chronological resume, the functional resume, and the combination resume. The chronological resume focuses on offering information associated with the job seeker's work experience over time. The chronological resume provides the most recent job history first. Other job experiences are listed in reverse chronological order from most recent to oldest. Functional or skill resumes focus on the skills that the customer has gained over time. Such resumes actually start with skills that are relevant to the job. Functional resumes can be very useful if the job seeker has an extensive experience in a specific occupation or industry. Functional resumes are also very helpful if the job seeker has a gap in employment or other issues that would stand out in a chronological resume. The job seeker's most recent work experience is simply listed after the job seeker's strengths and abilities have been highlighted in the document. The combination resume mixes the chronological resume and the functional resume by highlighting the job seeker's skills and abilities, as well as listing the job seeker's employment history later in the document. So which format should our job seeker customers use? According to the Society for Human Resource Management, 74% of staffing professionals surveyed prefer the chronological resume over other formats. Additionally, 99% of those professionals surveyed considered a detailed job history a critical part of the resume document. You may be asking yourself, what do I do if my region uses another resume format? This is not a problem. In fact, many times our customers need to use other resume formats because of a gap in work history, lack of work history, job jumping, and more. The information presented in this presentation was designed to help you understand what many employers are looking for when job seekers attempt to secure employment. Please follow your local operating procedures when working with your customers. Successful resumes follow the 3 C's of the application process. Successful resumes are grammatically correct, complete, and conscientious. In the July 19, 2005 weekly survey, the Society for Human Resource Management stated that 87% of respondents indicated they had rejected a candidate due to grammatical errors on a resume or cover letter. This is why resumes must be grammatically correct. The resume must also respond to the employer's needs based on the job advertisement or other research regarding the posted position. The information on the resume must also be true, meaning the job seeker must create the resume conscientiously. Additionally, successful resumes include the job seeker's name, address, phone number, email address, skills, work experience, and educational information. The information must be up to date and useful. For example, it does not help to post an invalid phone number. The phone number must be a working number that can be called by the employer, and the email must be checked on a regular basis. Additionally, the job seeker must ensure that his or her resume includes his or her accomplishments not just what the customer did at the job. In other words, did the customer save the company money, design a new way of managing daily activities, or implement a program to reward coworkers for their hard work? These accomplishments help employers identify achievements that have been attained for the employer's benefit during the course of business. According to Richard Beatty, this translates to tangible evidence for the employer. The final component of a competitive resume is the use of action words. The use of a myriad of action words demonstrates a variety of skills. Action words show power, persuasion, and distinction. The Internet has a large number of action word lists the job seeker can use to power up his or her resume. What sounds better? I worked for Sam, who helped me get my assignments ready each week. Or, with Sam's help, I made sure that my assignments were organized and communicated by compiled calendar to my manager. What if the job seeker has to submit a resume electronically? Job seekers should be prepared to create or enter a resume into an internet-based system. In fact, job seekers should place multiple resumes in the Employ Florida system and in the state of Florida's People First system. The resume should be converted to the appropriate file format based on the system's directions. Before entering the resume into a computer system, the job seeker should type the information into a Microsoft Word document to check the spelling and the grammar. Let's recap for a moment. You have assisted the customer with organizing his or her space, time, and efforts. You have helped the customer prepare an example application. You have also helped the customer prepare a resume and references that can be passed out to employers. Now, how does your customer actually get recognized by employers? The job seeker must get out there to be seen by employers. We have discussed one process already. Your job seeker customer needs to put their resumes in job banks. Employers search for documents in job banks to find possible candidates. Next, your job seekers will need to search job banks such as Employ Florida or People First and apply for specific jobs. This may require responding with a system-based resume or submitting a resume or application according to directions that employers post in the system. Your job seekers should also research companies. When your job seekers find a company that they are interested in, the job seekers can go to the company's website to see if the company has any jobs posted. Job seekers can then follow the employer's directions to apply directly with the company. Finally, job seekers can attend job fairs offered or facilitated by LWDBs or community partners. Job fairs afford job seekers the opportunity to meet directly with employers to express interest in job openings and employment opportunities. All of these job search opportunities will lead your job seekers to apply for a lot of jobs. So remember, you have to help your job seekers stay organized. Encourage your job seekers to use a system of recording all actions taken with employers for each position. Encourage your job seekers to make copies of their resumes as well as their references, which will be of critical importance when they go to interviews. Let's review what we've learned. Is this statement true or false? The most common way for job seekers to get recognized is through the application process. For this question, select all of the appropriate answers. Why do employers collect applications even when a resume is submitted during the job search process? Which is not one of the 3 C's of completing job applications? Is this statement true or false? More than half of all hiring professionals polled stated they had decided not to hire someone because of grammatical errors on the application or resume. Which type of resume is most popular among hiring professionals, as indicated in a poll by the Society for Human Resource Management? This concludes the lesson. In the next lesson, we will talk about getting heard or helping your job seekers master the art of a good interview.